Hi everyone, it's Anthony back with another video, and this evening we are going through a couple of months worth of empties, fails, absolute wins that I am giving away because I want other people to try them. Essentially, it's just kind of a grab bag kind of cornucopia of various different products that, ended up making it their way to my giveaway or toss bin over the course of the past couple months. So it's been a while since I've done one of these, and I tend to be pretty bad about doing like a full independent product video review because I have this habit of like, as soon as I'm finished doing my written reviews that I post, I will either decant it, put it in the giveaway bag, and then it goes right off to friends, family, coworkers. I started a new job fairly recently, and they were super excited to find out that I am into skincare. So I created a little skincare beauty basket at work now. So when I'm finished with the product, or if I use a product once and I'm like, no thanks, it ends up going right in the bin. And then I just send a quick email out and the people kind of scramble and snag everything out of the bin. So I've done it once so far, got rid of a whole bunch of stuff out of my stash, which was so nice. Otherwise, if I love something, sometimes I'll save the last little bit after my 1 month trial and I'll hand it over to a friend or family member that either was interested in it or I'm like, you have to try this and see if it's worth purchasing for you, even though there's just a few uses of it left. So I do that a lot, so I never really have a product in hand to be like, this is the review I'm doing. So usually I stick to written reviews, but this time around I set aside a whole bunch of stuff that is ready to go and be given away or thrown away, but I wanted to talk about it. So these are gonna be kind of really quick reviews, just touching on these products, whether or not I was a fan of them, didn't like them, some basic details, and then we're moving right on. So this is just kind of quick hit video or quick hit reviews, and we're gonna crank through all these products. So let's kind of, for the most part, go in order of how I use them in my routine. So we'll start with First Step Cleanser or Oil Cleanser. The one that I have to share is the Beauty of Joseon Radiance Cleansing Balm. Just finished up my month review of this a few days ago, maybe a week ago, and I absolutely love it. I think it might be my new favorite cleansing balm. I talked about it in my most recent Get Unready With Me routine video. So it is a really nice kind of, not necessarily creamy, it almost has a little bit of a petroleum kind of feel as well. It's pretty high with the PEGs, so those emulsifiers that get the balms to create that milky texture and fully rinse away. It's a little bit higher than I've seen in some other cleansing balms, which just means it rinses beautifully. I love that kind of slightly hydrated feel it leaves behind while still thoroughly getting rid of excess oil, all my layers of sunscreen, all that good stuff. And then it does have some brightening rice-based ingredients there to help boost some radiance and brightening over time. I don't know how much I would lean on those specifically from a rinse-off kind of first step cleanser, but just as the cleanser, aside from the radiance piece, it is amazing. I love it. Just a little bit goes a long way. It smooths on beautifully. Like I said, it rinses completely and leaves the skin cleansed but not stripped or dry, which is awesome. So, and no waxy residue or anything like that, or oily residue that you can sometimes get from cleansing balms that aren't as robust in that emollient piece or that emulsifying benefit. So very, very nice. I also really appreciate, I don't know why, it's not the biggest deal in the world, but I love that it has a little pop top. I've got just the teensiest amount left in there because I have a friend that I really want to try, or I want her to try this and see how it does with makeup removal, because I'm not a makeup wearer mostly, and we'll get to it. So really, really happy with that. Love the product. I will absolutely be repurchasing this. It goes right up there with Pharmacy Green Clean, the Self Skincare Coconut Oil Cleansing Balm, the Benelico Clean at Zero, which I think this is just a better product in general. So I don't even know if I would consider the Benelico at my top favorites anymore, because it's one of those more like legacy cleansing balms, and a lot of products are just doing it better these days, in my opinion. And it does a little bit better too than Then I Met You Living Cleansing Balm, which I also really like. So way better than the Glow Recipe Papaya one, miles ahead of the Youth to the People Super Berry one. It just, that level of kind of synthetic kind of feeling, whatever they're using to break down oil, excess sebum, and get it to rinse away is just kind of a notch above. If you don't like that and you like the more oily feeling cleansing balms, so maybe if you have drier skin, this might not be ideal for you, but this was perfect for me. And I love that it emulsifies under any temperature of water. A lot of those cleansing balms you have to use kind of warm to even hot water, or sometimes grab a cloth to get them off. But I was able to turn on the sink after massaging this in and get that cold water without it really warming up, and it still just turned milky and emulsified. No need for any like really hot water or steamy towels or anything like that. This just comes right off. So very happy with that. Next up, we have a few second step cleansers. This one is from Geek and Gorgeous. This is their Jelly Joker low pH gentle cleanser. Once again, a product I've already mentioned and pretty much reviewed in a previous video. It's fine. It's not ideal for me. It's a non-lathering kind of jelly style cleanser. I'll put a little bit on my hand here. And it almost looks like kind of, once again, like a petroleum jelly or kind of like an ointment. But it does massage on really nicely. It is a hydrating cleanser, which is really nice. But I found that it just didn't remove enough excess oil, sebum, any last traces of sunscreen or anything like that left behind. It just really didn't pull too much of that off of my skin. And so after a while, I started to notice a little bit of congestion. My skin just didn't feel like it was getting thoroughly cleansed using this product. I could see myself reaching for it when my skin is particularly sensitive because it's so non-invasive, or if my skin was extra dry and just I couldn't handle any removal of too much oil or any sort of stripping or harsh cleansing. So I could see it used for that once in a while, so maybe just sitting on my stash waiting for those moments. But even then, I would rather reach for the Mad About Skin Gentle Jelly Cleanser. That one offers that same amount of hydration, if not even more, a little bit of soothing, but it still does the job slightly better of removing excess oil, sebum, that type of thing. Still not something I'd use every day, twice a day, like I do with most of my second step cleansers, just something I'd reach for in special moments, but it just does better for me than the Jelly Joker. So there's that. And then two cleansers that I didn't really get to dive into all too much. This is the Commleaf Rice Purifying Foaming Cleanser. This has been in my stash for a long time. I ordered it on Soko Glam, like, I don't know, like a year and a half ago. So I finally got around to it thanks to upcoming expiration dates. And it's fine. It's a fine pump style foaming cleanser. Nice lather, rinsed okay, felt okay, but it does have a pretty significant amount of, I forget which oil is in here. Yeah, eucalyptus oil. Even though it's towards the end of the ingredients list, it's potent stuff. Like even probably when I open the cap, it's immediately that kind of eucalyptus cleansing, cleaning product, household cleaning product kind of minty scent. And it was just a little overpowering, and it really made me worry that I was gonna be irritating my skin with it. And it was just uncomfortable in the shower. Kind of created some stinging around the eyes too. So I just didn't like this at all for that reason. Otherwise, it does have coconut-based surfactants in it. Rice seed water really high on the ingredients list, which is hydrating, provides that brightening. Some celery, tomato extracts, some kind of antioxidant-focused extracts, maybe some hydrating ingredients. But that scent profile and that slightly stinging or kind of that heat that you get from eucalyptus and tea tree, especially around my eyes when I was massaging the product in, just wasn't for me. So I don't know if I'm gonna finish this off as a body product or give it away with the warning, but I used it I think for about a week and I just couldn't push through. So there's that. And then another cleanser that I only used like twice before I was like, absolutely not. It's the Kinship Naked Papaya Gentle Enzyme Face Cleanser. I was really looking forward to this. Another product that's been in my routine or in my stash for a while after picking it up at Ulta. And it's similar to those jelly, like the Jelly Joker or the Gentle Jelly from Mad About Skin, in that it doesn't lather, but it's even less like, it feels like even less of a cleanser. It almost to me felt like a light lotion or emulsion. And as I was massaging it in on wet skin, it just kind of all sank in and I was like, wait, you need to come off my skin. Like, you're supposed to be cleansing. It almost felt like I was putting like some kind of light moisturizer on my face. And I was like, what? There's nothing, like it all just kind of like nothing happened. So I rinsed my skin. I felt like I had like some kind of residue or like a lotiony feeling on my face. It didn't feel like it really got rid of any excess oil or really did what I expect a cleanser to do for my acne prone combination skin. And so I just was like, this, I know from using other products like the Jelly Joker that this just isn't gonna work for me, and I wasn't really willing to push through. The other thing about this is I'll have to double check and read through the ingredients lists, but I'm not sure if they use essential oils. I don't think they do, and I don't think they use synthetic fragrance, but they must use enough of those fruity papaya extracts, some other like extracts instead of oils, to create a pretty potent fruity papaya kind of scent that lingers. It's strong and it lingers, and I actually didn't mind it, but after I rinsed my face and then I got out of the shower or left the bathroom to continue my routine, I was still getting wafts of it, and I felt the same way about their Super Mellow. It has that kind of vanilla marshmallow scent to that moisturizer. I liked that better than I liked this, so not a fan of it. I maybe used 5 pumps total, so this one's gonna go into that giveaway basket. Hopefully someone that maybe has drier skin or is looking for more of that kind of cream cleanser will get benefit out of it. Kinship did recently release an apple gel lightly foaming cleanser that's more geared towards acne prone and oily skin, so I will be picking that up, but for now this one is just a no-go for me. So there's that. Now I didn't organize the rest of this, so bear with me as I kind of just grab at things. So this is technically a cleansing product for me. This is a Peach Slices Clear Skin Oil-Free Makeup Remover Wipes with Cucumber, Aloe, and Ceramides. So there's that. This one is empty, all gone, and I have a new one in my travel bag. This is my go-to face wipe when I'm out skiing, or if I'm at work and I'm just feeling a little greasy, or if I'm feeling a little oily and I want to reapply sunscreen without putting a layer on top of a previous layer. So I will grab one of these, just do a quick wipe, and then go into my sunscreen application. Or if I'm out and about and I'm sweaty and I'm gross and I want to do another sunscreen layer, or if I have physical, dirt and debris on my face, like if I've been camping or hiking, this is great just to grab out of the backpack, wipe, and then go back over with a light mist, like a facial mist, and then sunscreen. So just kind of hitting the reset button throughout the day. So I do use these fairly frequently, especially if I'm, out in the mountains. Like every couple of hours, I'm grabbing one of these out to do my sunscreen reapplication. So I like them because they are alcohol-free and they're fragrance-free, which is really nice. And I find them to be a little bit hydrating and slightly soothing to my skin and kind of tamping down any redness. So really great if you are out in the heat, out in the sun, or just kind of have that stressed skin and don't necessarily want to slap on yet another layer of sunscreen and potentially create that kind of greasy feel. Especially if you use sunscreens that are like on the cusp of greasiness, that extra layer can really push it over the edge. So I like to kind of reset with these, and I think this might be my forever makeup remover wiper. I don't use it to remove makeup, but just kind of wipe. The only thing I wish that was included in here is a different material. I like it because it's embossed and it almost kind of grabs the debris and the sunscreen a little bit more than a completely flat wipe. But they are coming out with some wipes that are 100% biodegradable, even compostable these days. So I want to find one of those style of products. So I'll probably do some research, but until I find that perfect match or that perfect blend, this is my go-to and easily accessible at Ulta, less than $10. So nice product. And then we've got a couple, or I just got one mask. So this is a wash-off style product. This is the facial Pilates mask from Eco Your Skin. I did a review / first impressions of this. This is that mask that just like cinches your face and makes it really tight, and that effect is supposed to provide some lifting and supposed to kind of tone the face and give you a more sculpted look. It does provide some temporary short-term lifting benefit, but it's very, very short-term. So this is maybe something that you use when you are going out for a special occasion, or you're doing a meeting or something and you really want your skin to be, or you want that lifted kind of like tighter look. It does temporarily provide that. By temporary, I mean like a couple of hours. So outside of that, I didn't really notice any benefit. It's very uncomfortable to have on. It's a pain to rinse off. It's pretty heavily fragranced as well. So I wouldn't come back to this, nor would I recommend it. I think just packing your skin with a lot of hydration and getting that plumping from things like sodium hyaluronate and just layerable hydration, I think that'll do you better in a pinch short term than trying to put this mask on and just sitting there in pain for, 15 minutes while this hardens and just kind of creates a cast on the skin. So no thanks. I did finish it because I didn't know who to give this to. I did finish it. It's ready to go in the bin. So there's that. And then we have our layerable hydrators. First up, we have the NIOD Super Dioxide Dismutase Saccharide Mist. This is a very interesting product. I used it as an antioxidant mist and kind of tried to use it as a toner, but after posting my review, got a lot of call outs saying it's not a toner, and even Joseon says it's not a toner. So I ended up relying on it mainly for its antioxidant benefits. It uses some really powerful and potent antioxidants to help fight against environmental stressors, so exposure to UV, just any pollutants in the air, those types of oxidizers. It helps to fight against those, so essentially helping your skin repair itself and regenerate and fight against those signs of aging that come from those environmental stressors. So it's a pretty cool little mist. It's got that almost like a coppery, peptide-y kind of look to it. It's got that blue look. I really like it for the antioxidant benefits and knowing that I'm incorporating some additional antioxidants. This was one that I reached for when I was out skiing and out in the outdoors and exposed to the sun, and the reflection of the sun off the snow is so much more intense. And being at a high elevation, being out and skiing and being out in the outdoors during the winter time when it's sunny can be havoc on your skin. I see so many skiers that have that, like, the goggle tan, and then you can tell, like, if they don't regularly use sunscreen, like that area that's left exposed when they're skiing can look a little bit dry, a little bit prematurely aged. So I'm trying to avoid that. So I would wipe with the peach slices, mist this on for that antioxidant just to help boost up the benefits of fighting against UV damage with my sunscreen, and then I put my sunscreen on top of that. So it does offer some refreshment just from the actual pump mist, which is a little intense, this spray nozzle, but not a lot in terms of long-term hydration. It's not a toner in this, it's not a fluid like a toner in the sense that it provides like long-lasting hydration or is super layerable. It just kind of felt like water, pat it in, and did my best to pat it in and then move on, but I didn't really see any benefits from it from a hydration standpoint. So I would prefer to have that when I'm out and about too, because it can be so dry, when you're outside, outdoors, or even at work. My skin can get dry just from the HVAC or the air conditioning or heating vents. It can get really dry in there too. So I wish that this had some, ingredients to bolster it in terms of hydration. It really doesn't. It's just kind of a liquid antioxidant. And so for that, I think I would rather incorporate some more antioxidants into other steps of my routine, maybe find a toner that has them. It just wasn't ideal for me. It was fine, and I'll probably give it away. I was considering just keeping it around for when I do go outdoors, just to have that antioxidant boost, but I think I'm gonna give it away, see if there's somebody that can get some extra benefit out of it. So there's that. And then we have an essence, and I actually did a full review of this product on the Glowy Co website, so I'm only going to mention this for a moment, but it is something that I purchased myself. I just posted the review there for them, and this is the 23.5 degrees North Rice Soothing Active Plus Essence. So this is kind of a slightly jelly, it's giving me Claire's Supple Preparation Toner vibes, essence that's packed with rice extract for some soothing, hydration, and brightening, and it comes in this really nice pump cap, which is awesome. So just a couple pumps in the hands, pat it in. Excellent amount of hydration, super layerable, great for a majority of skin types. This one is a little bit more focused on some slight redness and irritation reduction and hydration, but still an excellent product. Great size for the price as well. I think this is 150 milliliters. Awesome. Something that I would consider coming back to. All right, so next up we have an eye product. So let me grab that. I'm like just double checking to make sure I'm not missing anything. Another NIOD or NIOD product, the Fractionated Eye Contour Concentrate. Da, 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 da. So this is a kind of lightweight, serum-y, fluidy kind of eye product, not a lotion or an eye cream by any stretch of the imagination. I can kind of show you, there's still a decent amount left in here. So it's just kind of like a lightweight fluid. I just couple drops in the palm of my hand and then I just use my finger to pat that into the eye area. I go back and forth with eye products. I don't have a ton of fine lines or crow's feet or anything like that that I'm trying to address. I've always had bags under my eyes. I mention this every time I talk about an eye product, but I've gone back to looking at pictures of me as like a little kid and I have always had those. So I don't think that a cosmetic product or a skincare product is going to help alleviate that wholly, but I do like the amount of hydration this provides my eye area. I like that it's that lightweight feel as opposed to like a heavier cream can sometimes feel like it's causing some greasiness or shininess around the eye area. Sometimes it leaves my sunscreen or lotion a little bit harder to get to absorb into those areas of overlap. And so I even was bringing this product out to the side. So this is peptide packed. It's got a lot of supportive ingredients to help hydrate and plump that area. But I just don't have a ton of things that I'm trying to address. So I know a lot of people love this product as an anti-aging or kind of a reparative serum for the eye area. I just didn't see that much benefit from it, and I don't think that's the problem of the product. I just don't think that I have a ton of stuff to address at this stage. So, and my lightweight moisturizers that I use, I don't really have any issue using them around the eye areas. So I'm kind of one of those people right now that I just don't need it yet. I don't think I'm fine using a nice lightweight lotion or emulsion that doesn't have too much heaviness or weight to it around the eye area, and I feel like I see similar results. So I'm gonna hand this off to a friend or family member that maybe is dealing with concerns around the eye area, see if they get some more use out of it. And then I have the Lab Olego Hyaluronic Acid Calming Plus Cream. So I use this for about a month. It's not completely gone. There's some air in there. I can hear it moving around, but I'm like down to about here with it. This is a really nice, hydrating, layerable, and nourishing cream that the Lab as a brand, I really wish I had not slept on that brand for as long as I did. Their hyaluronic acid serum is great. This cream, even though it's geared towards sensitive and dry skin, I found it was just fine for my combination oily skin during the winter months. It provided just enough nourishment without feeling greasy. I found it to even be layerable. I could do a couple layers on days where my skin was feeling particularly dry. It offers a lot of that hyaluronic acid-based hydration and moisture locking, but then there's some emollient ingredients to hold that to the skin. So you've got obviously that hyaluronic acid, sodium hyaluronate, green tea leaf extract, beta-glucan, jojoba seed oil, and meadow foam seed oil, which did pretty well in this formulation. Usually my skin can sometimes get a little congested feeling with too much meadow foam seed oil, but not with this. This was really nice. So it's something that I have been thinking maybe I'll hold on to it for days when my skin feels particularly dry to finish it up myself, or I might decant it and give it to some friends or family. But very happy with the Lab. This has encouraged me to explore other products within their range, so I may be purchasing or doing a haul of the Lab products because they have a whole range of different lotions and moisturizers. I think they have, maybe it's like a Heartleaf or Sika line that recently released. I'll have to look into it, but I'm giving it a shot. Very, very happy with this brand. And then moving on to, I guess let's talk about sunscreens. We've got a couple fails, so we'll quickly crank through those. Actually, we'll call out the one that did work, and this is from Round Lab. It's their Birch Juice. This is all in Korean. So Birch Juice Sunscreen SPF 50 plus PA+++. This is a second tube of mine. I've already done a full review, I think a few months back of it. Love it, super layerable, very happy with the reformulations of these Korean sunscreens. They're simply the best. They are just so lightweight. This one I've heard is more on the nourishing side than some of the recent other ones from Beauty of Joseon and Higi, or Hygi, I think some people call it, and I love it. They all come from the same manufacturer, so they have a very similar format, but I heard this one's the thickest of this kind of new round of sunscreens, but I thought it was fine for my oily combination skin. Beautifully layerable, actually had a little bit of an active proof. I don't want to say waterproof, but I use it while I'm skiing. I do get a little bit sweaty with it, and it seems to be fine. I'm not noticing it running into my eyes, or I'm creating streaks or anything like that, and I seem to get plenty of protection from it even when my forehead is a little bit sweaty and dewy. So very happy with it. As long as you're consistently reapplying it, it just does great, and it's very nicely hydrating. So there's that. The two fails: Supergoop Daily Dose Vitamin C plus SPF. Super greasy, really odd packaging. Let's see. It almost feels like there's nothing in here, and I didn't use it that long. It's only 30 milliliters, which I think they're intending it to be used. You want to buy it for the vitamin C prowess and get the bonus of sunscreen, but I use my sunscreen as a sunscreen step. So I thought of it as sunscreen with bonus vitamin C, and it was just greasy and uncomfortable feeling. It has a very, very Play-Doh clay scent that lingers because there's no added fragrance here, and it just didn't absorb well at all, and it's pricey for, you know, if you're buying it as a vitamin C serum, which is strange because it's a lotion. It's kind of, I don't know, and take a look at this. It separates like no other. It's just, no, it's just a no. Oh, yeah, it's bad. I'm sorry. It's just bad. It doesn't leave a white cast. It's all chemical filters, and maybe you do need to kind of shake it up before you use it, but I mean, look at that. That's what you have on your face when you're done. It's just not great. The other one was from Skin Aqua. It's their UV Super Moisture Essence Gold SPF 50 plus PA 4 pluses sunscreen. I only used it a couple of times, and it left my skin super greasy, especially after I layered it a couple of times throughout the day. So I may finish this on my body, may give it away to someone that has more dry skin that can soak up all that emollient and kind of some of that more kind of oily feel, but it just left my skin looking kind of greasy, shiny, reflective. My texture issues were exaggerated. It just wasn't great. All right, so just a couple of products left. The next one is a little bit more of kind of a, I guess, a cosmetic or makeup product to a certain extent, and it's from the brand Hylamide, which is under that Deciem umbrella of brands. And this is their photography foundation, and this is the, I don't know if they come in different tints, but this is the like transparent one. So this product kind of was just an experiment. I picked it up during the Deciem sale, and I got some, I don't know if there was an extra discount, but the code that I used donated a portion of the proceeds to the Mad About Skin kind of bank of charity funds that Rob allows us group members to kind of vote on which charities it should be doled out to. So I went a little crazy during that time. It was through the month of November. Bought a lot of stuff from Deciem because I loved that idea of, you know, getting my discount and supporting some good causes. So I have a ton of products from NIOD, a ton of products from The Ordinary, from Hylamide, the Chemistry brand. There's a couple things up there. I even have their hair care line. I think it's like HIF, Hair is Fabric. I picked up, I think it's the shampoo or conditioner. I can't remember which one it is, but they only had one product left available because I think The Ordinary is launching a full hair care line in the coming months. So I'm curious to see where that HIF brand lands when all is said and done. They seem to be out of stock and really limited on the products that are offered on that page. So I don't know where that's going, but this Hylamide Photography Foundation is this kind of like silicone fluid that offers a little bit of like luminosity, light refraction. It's supposed to help diminish the look and appearance of fine lines, texture, and just kind of give you a more even tone, photography ready finish. So it was okay. I actually liked it initially. The one thing that was kind of a bummer is when I very first opened it, it must have been pressurized. And so when I did, are you gonna focus? There you go. When I did open it, a bunch of product kind of sprayed out, and I was like, oh no, I just lost like a fifth of what was in there, it felt like. But just a little bit in the hands, and then I can massage it in and then pat it into skin. I'm sure you could use maybe some kind of makeup sponge or something to get it a more even application, but I just massaged it on after sunscreen. It did meld a little bit with the sunscreen to create a more of an even application. I typically don't wait super long when I move into those steps after sunscreen, maybe like a minute or two. But even though it did have a pretty translucent finish, even on my dark skin tone, there was a little bit of that cast. And I think that's because there is some, I think there's like zinc or titanium dioxide in here in there. So that's gonna create a little bit of a cast for me. It wasn't too bad. And in fact, I liked the results pretty much here up, but anywhere I have facial hair that does grow, it tended to start to collect around the hair. And so I'd start to get little patches and pilling, especially on my jawline, on my cheeks, where the product just wasn't sitting very well. So I don't know if that is a result of the sunscreen that I was currently using, if that's a result of just not doing well with facial hair, but I just ended up discontinuing using it after about a week. Because every time I would get in the car on my way to work, I would be like looking in the mirror quickly just to check, and I would see all this pilling, and I was like trying to pat it in or like grab my mist to kind of like mist it down. But it never really it just kind of sat on the surface of the skin. So on the hand, it's a little bit casty, but when it's like kind of melded in and sunk in, it's not too bad, and it does give a little bit more of an even tone or texture, a little bit of luminosity. But the benefits weren't that drastic that I'm willing to put up with the kind of the pain in the butt it was throughout the day. So I don't think I'm going to come back to this one or continue using it. I think I might give it away to someone that might get some better use out of it, or is a makeup wearer and maybe knows how to use it a little bit better. It was just kind of a fun experiment just to see, and it just ended up not working out very well. So might be a fine product, just not for me and my use case. So there's that. And then the final thing, last one we're talking about, and that is from Etude, and it is their Sunjung Top to Toe Wash Panthenticide. So I covered this in a massive Etude unboxing late last year, kind of fall of last year. This is their body wash. It's one of their more recent releases from the Sunjung line. It focuses on that same ingredient profile of having the madecassoside in here, panthenol, and green tea leaf extract. Super gentle body wash, has a nice decent lather, which is great, and it left my skin feeling a little bit hydrated as well. So I think this is an excellent product. 400 milliliters, pH balanced, awesome body wash. The only thing that's missing from it is it doesn't have any of your acne fighting actives or exfoliants that I kind of need for my body. I get rough skin patches, body breakouts, that type of thing. So I would prefer it if they made a version of it that threw a little salicylic acid in there for fun, but that's kind of not Sunjung at all. They're very stripped down, no actives, gentle, approachable products. So I don't think that'll ever happen unless they come out with a AHA or BHA or PHA line from within Sunjung. But as just a regular daily body wash, not trying to address any specific issues, just to cleanse the skin while keeping it hydrated, very nice product. I ended up finishing it as a hand wash at the sink because I wanted those acids, so I switched up my body wash. But now that I finished it as a hand wash and it's empty, I'm like, oh, I miss it. So I might be repurchasing this. I'm using the lotion right now, so you will see a review of that come out as soon as I'm finished with that, either just done with it from a review standpoint or done with it completely. So be on the lookout for the body lotion, but spoilers, it's awesome, lightweight, layerable, and kind of soothing too. So that's it. That is all the products that have been kind of sitting around for the past couple months that I'm ready to either give away or throw the empty away or just get it out of this skincare room because I start to feel cluttered when there's a lot of finished products sitting around. The only things that I'm missing, or we didn't mention, is the Soft Services body product. I actually moved from this to the Soft Services buffing bar, and that's why this became a hand wash. But we have a lot to talk about with Soft Services, so I'm going to save that. We're going to do a separate brand. That actually is a brand review. Hey, if it's on my body, I can do a whole brand. we're gonna do a whole brand review of the soft services. I just need to like mentally prepare myself for that discussion, but that review should be coming in the next week or two, so be on the lookout for that. Otherwise, let me know, leave a comment or question about any of the products that you saw here. Did you see some of your favorites? Were you introduced to something that you weren't aware of before that you're excited to try? Did you see a product that you also weren't a fan of? Make sure to let me know. I love engaging in conversation around skincare, so that's that. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate your time, and as always, stay glowing. Bye.